Me here, um, doing a little review of X-Men: Days of Future Past. Sorry, so I'm trying to do a screen share here. I'm not sure if it's coming up properly. Um, this is just a little image. I saw the movie. I waited and I waited. I wasn't, too thrilled about seeing this movie because I kind of figured that it's, not going to be what I want it to be, but I was like, I'm still gonna see it. It's the X Men. I'll give it a chance. I'll go in there with low expectations, not expecting much. And boy, am I glad I had low expectations. Now, a lot of people that I have been seeing on YouTube reviewing this, and I'm not going to name any names, but just a lot of people who have a lot of viewers that I feel like are just saying certain things to say them, um, and maybe just I don't know. This movie's not a very good movie. Um, if you're going in and expecting the 1981 comic, forget about that. It is not what you're not. It should have been called X-Men: Days of Future Past. It should have been called something totally else, something totally different. Um, and I feel like people are just like, "Oh my god, this is the best X-Men movie like ever," and I'm like, okay, maybe, but I hear people are having, and there's a couple people that have said this, um, that this is the best comic book movie um, ever that's ever come out. So, and I'm like, come on, guys. Like, I mean, did have you not seen any of the other Marvel movies? Have you not seen Batman Begins? Have you not seen The Dark Knight? Have you not seen, I don't know, any other comic book film? Have you not? I mean, I don't understand what's going on in people's heads when they see these movies and then they do you not read the comics? I don't understand. How is this the best comic book movie ever? It's not even in the same realm as I shouldn't even be in the same category as or mentioned as one of the best comic book movies ever. Granted, the acting is very well done in this. I don't like any of the character designs at all. Like you can see right here, and I'm screen sharing here. Hopefully, you guys can see this whole screen. I can't see what you can see, but um, why the hell is Wolverine wearing fucking armor? There's no reason. The most redundant shit I've ever seen. There's no reason for him to be wearing any sort of armor. He has a healing factor. There is no point to him wearing armor. Everybody's wearing black, and like it's just fucking weird. Like there is no color in this movie at all. That's another one of my biggest gripes. There's no color at all. This movie is like the Nolan series for X-Men. Like it literally is so dark through the whole movie. There's no color, and you would think the X-Men, all of these different personalities, colorful people. There is no different. There is no almost no personality in this at all. It's very bland. It's very straight to the point. It's fucking boring. Okay, and I'm not even gonna start with like just I'm not going to start with each individual character. I'm just going overall, the abundance of all these different characters. And yes, the acting was good, but to a certain extent, because a lot of the actors weren't getting the fucking characters properly. Like the only one that had the most character that was only in the movie for about, I don't know, 15 minutes was Quicksilver. Really. Not trying to take anything away from Patrick Stewart or Ian McClellan. They are very good actors, and they have established themselves as Professor X and Magneto. Yes, that's fine. A lot of people are like, Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. Hugh Jackman okay, I I don't see what the big deal is with Hugh Jackman having to be Wolverine. Can't we just go outside the box and find a younger guy, a new guy that will actually really develop the real character of Wolverine? Because I feel like when I'm watching Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, I'm just watching Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. I'm not watching Wolverine. That's what you're supposed to go through. I feel like I'm watching Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine, and that's it. No, I should be watching Wolverine. Like I watched, um, I just lost my train of thought. Captain America: The Winter Soldier or Captain America: The First Avenger. That Chris Evans is Captain America, not the other way around. Not like Hugh Jackman is playing Wolverine. It should be Wolverine. I'm watching Wolverine. It should be I'm not watching Chris Evans. I'm watching Captain America. That's the whole point of going to see these movies is to watch the character, not the fucking actor. And I feel like I'm watching the actor with Hugh Jackman. And a lot of you might disagree with me. That's fine. I really don't care. Um, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I have a lot of problems with this movie. Um, Naturally, the whole fucking movie is surrounded around Hugh Jackman and Wolverine. Um, it's just can't we just can one movie not be about this guy? Like, can it just not be about him? I get cool. He like works out and like has like a crazy ripped body and whatever. But that's not Wolverine. Like, he's not even in the same realm as being close to being Wolverine. And I've said this numerous times, and maybe people just haven't realized that what they're watching on film. Um, I mean, you'll get bits and pieces of Wolverine here and there, but it's really that's it. It seems like Hugh Jackman is coming out, not Wolverine. And I'll stick to my guns with this, and I really don't care if you don't agree with me. But that's just the way I feel about it. Um, as far as like I said, I don't like the character designs. All of these suits are fucking boring. They all look the same. It's just fucking corny. There is no color in this movie at all. Um, it's very dark, and an X-Men movie should be anything but dark. Sorry, I just switched screens here. And the big thing is like Anna Paquin's in this movie. She's in the movie at the end for like 5 seconds. Um, she's not even in the movie really. And then they have this whole serum thing, and I'm like, what is going on? And like the Beast keeps turning into the Hulk, and like he keeps like going back from normal to not normal. What the fuck is you do? What the fuck are you doing? No, what? He keeps like it's just oh boy. It's hard for me to grab everything and kind of put it together. It's so fresh from me seeing it. The plot, the basis of this story is I'm just gonna sum it up, and I had to get some of the bitching out right away. Um, the whole plot of the story is basically probably the beginning portion is probably a little bit more accurate to the original 1981 comic. I believe it was a 2-series, maybe 3-series comic. I think it was 2-series comic, and it was uh, it was basically all about Kitty Pryde, an older Kitty Pryde going back, sending her consciousness back. That part is right. The wrong part is sending fucking Wolverine back because he has a healing factor and nobody else could withstand the healing factor part. But his body's not going back, it's his consciousness. So what the fuck difference does that make if he has a healing factor or not? It makes no fucking sense. I can see if you're gonna send somebody's body back, like if you're gonna send like future Wolverine back, you know what I mean? Like maybe that would make a little bit more sense. But sending his consciousness back because he has a healing, it makes no fucking sense at all. None. Um, there was one scene where I had a problem. I'm sorry, I'm still bitching. I haven't got to the plot of the story, but which I was trying to avoid doing. But anyway, there's one scene where Quicksilver, it's like a stop motion, slow motion scene where they're breaking Magneto out of the Pentagon prison, and like there's all these guards and they're shooting. They have these like plastic guns and they're like shooting these plastic bullets, I guess, at them. And all of a sudden, like you see all four of them lined up, like standing up like this, right? And all these bullets are coming at them, and then all of a sudden they just like stop. Everything stops. Nobody's moving yet. Quicksilver's still standing like right here, and he's just kind of standing there for like 2 seconds, and then he starts moving. I don't know. Maybe I understand that like the laws of physics don't apply to comic books, but in this case, it's blatantly obvious that they have no fucking clue what the hell they're doing in this scene because he's just standing there. And I understand like if you move so, if you know like the Flash, if you move so fast, like you can slow down time. But he wasn't even moving; he's just standing there. So if you're just standing there, it's like he could control time, like he was stopping time, slowing down time, and then moving. That's what it seemed like. It didn't seem like he was moving so fast that he was stopping the bullets or moving or shifting or reshaping the bullets out of the way of each of them. It just didn't make sense. It made no sense. If you see the scene, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But it's just poorly done. It's just like they couldn't get it right. And that's the thing. Like this is all of these guys are supposed to be older, and putting a beard on Iceman here, it doesn't really make him look older. I don't know. It's just me. I mean, this is supposed to be way far in the future. These guys don't look older at all. The only one that looked older, which is the one that shouldn't look older, is fucking Wolverine. They gave him gray hair and said he didn't age. But obviously, if somebody has gray hair, they're aging. I know I'm starting to get gray hair, and I'm 31. So I'm just saying it made no fucking sense at all. Colossus didn't look really that much older. None of these people look that much older. That's a Sunspot right there at the end right here. It was actually nice to see him in the movie. One of the original New Mutants from 1983. It was nice to see Blink and Bishop, but they didn't do anything with Bishop. It's almost like Bishop didn't even need to be in this movie. All he did was just they showed scenes of him absorbing power and putting it into his gun, and then using it here and there, but dying. That's the thing. Sunspot, all they did was show him die. Colossus, all they did was show him die. Bishop, all they did was show him die. Iceman, die. Everybody die. You know what I mean? And it just didn't make any sense. If you're gonna incorporate new characters, you gotta at least somehow in a short span of time at least explain who these fucking people are. You just threw new characters in there and didn't explain them at all, like at all. And you had what, over 2 hours to do it? It's just fucking laziness, and I don't understand why people are just willing to accept a turd in their mouth. I won't. I don't know. And why the fuck does Professor X still have his hair? I don't understand this either. Can this actor get over his long hair? Nobody cares about your long hair. It's not about you. It's about the character. Okay? Professor X is supposed to be fucking bald. He loses his goddamn hair. Your hair's not his hair. This guy's hair isn't even thinning. It makes no fucking sense. Okay? There's a lot of reasons why this movie is just stupid. It's just poor. It's fucking poor. Just admit it, people. It's a poor movie. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being so negative. And I think this is one of my most negative reviews. And I fucking love the X-Men. I love the X-Men. That's why I'm being so harsh and critical. Because I love the X-Men. I grew up in the 80s, in the 80s. Like, the X-Men I know are the 80s and 90s X-Men. Like, those are my X-Men. Those are the ones I grew up with. I started reading, a little bit later from the 70s when I was a little bit older, but yeah, I love the X-Men, and I don't want this to be a bad movie. There's points where you're just like scratching your head, and you're like, why are they doing this? By the end of the movie, you see Jean Grey and Cyclops, and if you didn't read the title, these are all spoilers, so sorry. Um, you see Jean Grey and Cyclops, and they run into, or Wolverine finds them, and the whole point of this movie, the whole point and premise of Days of Future Past is to change the fucking past. So the shitty future that they have never exists. So Wolverine, after he saves the world, which he really fucking doesn't, okay, they sent this guy back, okay, this is the funniest part about the movie. Um, they went through all this trouble to send this guy back, and he didn't really do anything. Like Wolverine didn't really do much in this movie. He said couple lines. He he pulled his claws out a couple times, and that's pretty much it. He got shot up in the beginning of the movie, and that's about it. Really, all he does is just talk. He doesn't really do anything. He is just pointless. There's no point to even having him. They could have put Kitty Pryde in this, and it would have made a lot more sense. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm reading into things too much, but that's just the way I see it. If you're gonna have somebody with the and have Wolverine in there, you want to have him in a cool action scene. And the one action scene they had him in was against a Sentinel, and he gets his ass kicked. So I don't know. Pointless having Wolverine in this movie. Abso-fucking-lutely. He could have been. They could have put Bishop and made Bishop the main character in this movie, and it would have made more sense. I'm a guy. I'm from the future. Nobody knows who I am, so it would make more sense for me to go back. I don't know. It's just stupid. But the whole point I was trying to get at is that Wolverine goes back in time, changes everything, and they realize and they tell him before you go back, and they're like, listen, when you go back in time and change the past, you're going to be the only one that knows. But he doesn't know when he wakes up. This doesn't make sense, okay? He wakes up and has no idea what happened from 19. He goes, he talks to Professor X, and he sees Professor X, and Professor X reads his mind. And he goes, oh, you've been gone a while. And he goes, yeah, I'm a little fuzzy. I need a little help from about 1970 on. But isn't he supposed to fucking know what's happened? Like, it doesn't make any goddamn sense at all. Like, none at all. If he's supposed to have a recollection of everything that happened, and nothing really changed because William Stryker still finds Wolverine and does the experiment, and now he still has adamantium claws and an adamantium skeleton. If all of that Days of Future Past, all they did was change the past up until the 1970s, then it's kind of pointless. You know what I mean? Like, if everything was the same after 1970 on for Wolverine, then it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It kind of doesn't matter, that whole scene. That's the point I'm trying to make. And them telling him he's going to remember, he's going to be the only one that knows what happened and all this. I don't know. It's really stupid. I'm getting a headache. I don't want to talk about this movie anymore, really. But yeah, this is a pass. Don't spend your money. I had free passes to go see it, so I used my free passes. But don't break the bank, people. It's just not that good. It's not that good. Look at all these. I'm gonna go back to the character design real quick. Look at all these characters. Okay, hold on. Let me just center it here. Sorry, guys. Look at all these characters, right? Mystique is the only one with color, and Beast is pretty much covered. He doesn't even wear a suit in the movie. He's just wearing like dress clothes and shit from the 70s. But these two are the only two with color. There's no other color in this entire group of people. She's not even in it, barely. She's in like an end scene with Iceman. That's it. I'd say Bishop is the next most colorful, and then I don't know. It just all of these suits look boring, and especially since they're all based at night, you can't even tell what you can't even differentiate between each character, who is who, besides their face. That's it. Like most X-Men, I mean, at least either do all of their suits the same or differentiate. Give Wolverine a brown suit, a brown, like brown and black suit. Do Bishop blue and yellow. Okay. Warpath could be black and silver. Um, Storm should be either all white or yeah, Storm should just be all white. It should just totally be all white suit. Magneto should be all red. This is so you can differentiate throughout your characters, especially establishing a new character. They don't even say. I think they only say his name like once. Sunspot. Differentiate. Give Sunspot his first appearance look with the all yellow and I believe it was black, yellow and black, kind of similar to the all new X-Men or the X-Men first appearance suits. They're very similar to that. But you got to differentiate here. Like Quicksilver doesn't even have a suit. He's wearing like I don't know what the fuck he's wearing. He looks like something out of a boy band or something. I don't know what's going on with that. Colossus, pretty self-explanatory. Red and silver. Thank you. That's all you have to do with this. Like Kitty Pryde just looks like I don't know Axl Rose or something right there. Look at that. It's horrible. She got like a knee brace on. I don't know what's going on in this suit. Take me down to the Paradise City. Sorry. I don't know. I mean, I don't want, like I said before, I don't want to hate this, but I'd tell you one thing. I didn't like it. It's a pass, guys. It's totally a pass. Don't spend your money on this. Yeah, I'm not going to recommend this movie at all. And I'm sorry I was kind of going all over the place. I wasn't really sticking to anything because Days of Future Past, pretty much everybody knows the story of Days of Future Past. If you don't, look it up. It's pretty simple. And look up the 1981 version because that is the original from the comics. So look that up, and that will tell you. Pretty much, I don't know. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to point out is that Professor X and Beast were using this drug to, hold on, wait for this, get rid of their powers and make them normal. And Professor X was walking around in this movie because the drug gets rid of his powers but allows him to walk. I'm face palming right now. This makes no sense. They didn't even explain that like why it does. They didn't explain that at all. They're just like, well, it works. It's a magic medicine that he got it somehow. I don't know. Or somebody made it for him. They didn't even tell you who. It was just like, oh, this works. And like Beast would transform into the Beast. It was fucking horrible. It was a slap in the face of the Beast character. And I just hope Beast isn't in the next movie because I just don't want them insulting my favorite character anymore. So I'd rather him not be in the movie. Thank you very much. Yeah, I just don't see what the big deal is, and I don't know. Not feeling it. The Sentinels, meh. Not really feeling the Sentinels either. Sorry. Yeah, they're big robots, but should try to make them look at least a little bit like either the cartoon version. I don't care. Either the cartoon version or the comic version. Try to, at least. A little bit. At least a little bit. Not at all. They weren't even close to the Nimrod Sentinel. Like, they weren't even close to that. So, oh boy. Yeah, like I said, I'm not trying to be too, well, I am being too negative, and people are probably going to hate on this review, but I really don't give a shit. Havoc's in this as well, and he shoots his energy beams through his hands with no suit on. What? I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on. There was no Scarlet Witch in this movie at all. Here's that scene I was talking about where they slow motion everything. And then he's like kind of running around and he's moving the bullets around, but everything is stopped. And before he starts running here, he's actually just standing there and everything's stopped already. It's like, ooh. He's also wearing a Pink Floyd t-shirt. Tool. Not that there's anything wrong with Pink Floyd. I'm not a big Pink Floyd person, but I just think it's kind of, I don't know, cheesy. They should have just given him a suit. Just give him suits. I don't care if it's not believable. It's a comic book movie. Give him suits. Get over it. Give him suits. Everybody else is doing suits. You should do suits too. Look at Captain America. I think it's blasphemy too that people are saying that it's the best comic book movie ever. I'm gonna just go back to that real quick. Have you guys not seen any Captain America movies? Have you not seen the Avengers? I'm just saying. I don't see it. I don't get it. I don't see it. I don't get it. I think I'm gonna turn off the screen share here. There we go. And sorry guys. There we go. I'm back. And I'm just sorry if I'm looking off screen. I'm just kind of looking at stuff and. I did like Magneto's helmet though, even though in the last movie it was painted, and in this movie it's not for some reason. Not really sure why. There was also a conspiracy theory with the Magneto character in this movie that he killed JFK, but he said he wasn't trying to. He was curving the bullet, and then he got attacked while he was curving the bullet, and it killed him. He said he was trying to save JFK because JFK was a mutant. Okay. I don't know. I guess it was just a reason to put him in jail, I guess. I don't know. But no White Queen in this movie, no Azazel. Azazel actually dead in this movie. They killed him, and also Angel is dead. Not our traditional Angel, but Angel from Days of Future Past. The woman with the wings and spitting the fireballs. Who else was in this movie? I'm trying to think of. Wolverine has bone claws throughout most of the movie because it's back in 1970s, and he doesn't get his adamantium until later on. That I didn't mind. That was actually a nice touch. I'm just kind of looking through images and trying to remember what's going on here. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's pretty much it. I didn't like this movie. I'm not going to recommend it. If I had to rate it, I'd probably give it a 4 out of 10. It's blatantly inaccurate. It's very dark. It's very slow. I wouldn't say it's 100% boring. I'm not going to say that. There were scenes where it was like, ooh, that was kind of cool. Like, it was kind of cool to see Beast fighting Magneto. But there was just, I don't know, there's a lot of talking and not a lot of doing in this movie as well. That's the other thing. You do have a beginning scene with a big Sentinel fight, but everybody dies, so Sentinels just fucking kill everybody. They're adaptable Sentinels too. I don't know the actor, but I don't know what you want to call it, the little person who played Taggart, I think. What the hell is his name in this movie? I don't know. Something. I can't remember. I'm just like losing my. But yeah, I don't know. It's just people are giving it a lot of praise and they shouldn't. because it's just it, if something's bad in my eyes, the way I look at it is if something is bad, people should know that it's bad. Not if something deserves. Don't get me wrong. If something deserves praise, then by all means, it should get what it has coming to it, right? Just like something's bad. This is a bad movie. This is inaccurate. It shouldn't have been called X-Men Days of Future Past. It should have been called X-Men and a bunch of people. Or Wolverine and a bunch of people. Wolverine goes back to the past or back to the future or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Yeah. Not feeling it. So that's pretty much it. Don't go see this movie. Wait for video or whatever if you do want to see it. But it's a pass. It's a total pass. I'm glad we're getting new Marvel Legends out of it, though. That's pretty cool. I guess the new case breakdowns are 2 stripes. Let me look it up, actually. So that's pretty cool. But it seems like every time we get new figures from Hasbro, they find a way to fuck it up and make it hard for us to find anything because they're Toys R Us exclusives, which I haven't really said anything about it on my channel, but it shouldn't be. There's people on Facebook actually who are talking about how fast do you think the X-Men, all new X-Men 5-pack will drop? I was like, within the next year, it'll drop. It would have been so cool if they did Jim Lee 5-pack or 6-pack or 7-pack. I'd buy it. I'd spend $130 on that. If they did it right. If they did it right. Where is it? Case breakdown. Case breakdown, Jubilee Wave. It is on. Oh, by the way, if you decide to shop at Big Bad Toy Store, which you fucking shouldn't, X-Men Legends preview exclusive 8-pack or case of 8. So you're getting doubles. $180. Okay, that is absurd. A regular set of 5, okay, is $150. People, do not spend this money to get these figures. It's ridiculous. Wait for them to go out your Toys R Us when they're $21. This is over retail price. Unless they're coming out and they're going to be $26, then I would say buy the case if you want. But this is absurd. $150 for 5 figures? And it's going to be retail? $150? And then shipping on top of that? Come on. This wave costs more than the Guardians of the Galaxy wave does. And you're getting another Wolverine that you don't want. You're just getting an unmasked variant. Great. At least you could have changed his costume, done something else different, but they didn't. It's exciting to see Magneto figure. Not too sure about the face. I'll wait to see the final product. The Cyclops isn't the Cyclops I wanted, but it's still a Cyclops figure that we haven't got. Hopefully we get a Jim Lee Cyclops sometime soon. We get a Strife figure. That's nice. The cape looks really cool like that. I'll go back to screen share. Sorry, guys. Screen share the shot, stupid. Oops, full screen. There we go. So there you go. There is the pack. I believe there are going to be 2 Strife, 2 Cyclops, and 2 Wolverine, and then the Magneto and Storm are 1 and 1. So good luck finding a Storm. I guarantee Storm is going to be like the new Black Widow figure. So hopefully Magneto won't be too hard to find, but obviously they make the most important piece that you need the hardest, probably going to be the hardest figure to find. So unfortunate, but I wanted to add that in because that is, now I know it's not a part of the X-Men movie, but it is X-Men related, so I wanted to add that in. But yeah, in closing, I'll just say pass on this movie. If you haven't seen it, don't spend your good money on it. Don't. It's not worth the price for 3D. It's not worth the regular admission price. Just rent it or get a bootleg or whatever you want to do. Watch it on some other channel on, I don't know. There's tons of internet channels where you can watch bootleg. So with that being said, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you guys the case breakdown, and the prices are absurd. Look at that. $170, $180, and then shipping on time is going to be like $200 for that. Holy cow. Whew. That's a lot. So, with that being said, I'm done bitching and moaning, because I've done that the entire video. And I'm sorry if you guys don't like it, but I'm just trying to be honest here. So, that is my story. I am sticking to it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Also, stay tuned for another Off Our Brains. I think we're going to be, me, Strident, and Agent O are going to be shooting another one during the weekend, so stay tuned for that. Also, another Rogue show should be coming up soon. I think we're doing one once a month, so it should be probably either this week or next week, sometime like that. I'm going to talk to the guys and girl and see what's going on with that. So stay tuned for that as well. Yes, good job for you and me and everyone. And hope you guys enjoyed this review. Sorry for being so negative, but if it's warranted, then do so, right? I guess. I don't know. But with that being said, I'm going to let you guys go. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and as always, I will see you guys on the flip side. Bye!